Hello, my name is Caden. This is Castle Tutelage, your home defense network. I've been getting some questions for a first-time gun buyer. They're reading some forums on why a safety or, the difference between having a safety on a gun or not having the safety on a gun. And I'm going to have to leap ahead a little bit and just describe why this is even a debate. First of all, when you are in a firefight, your adrenaline starts to pump, your heart starts to pump, you get the adrenaline dump into your system, and your fingers become like toes. Your manual dexterity, your fine motor skills go out the window. So what will happen is that if you have to manipulate a safety, you may forget about it. And there are some statistics out there, some case studies where if you forget that you have a safety on, like we'll put the safety on now, the safety is on, no red spot, and see, it won't fire. Some studies that on average, now I'm just talking average, some studies say that it will take you up to 17 seconds to figure out that your safety's on. 17 seconds, where most gunfights are over within a few. Okay, those are very good reasons why safety. Now, just because safeties exist doesn't make the gun more safe. If you follow the 4 handgun rules, and the first 2 I'll discuss, if you want to learn about the 4 safe handling gun rules, just go to the NRA or your firing school. They'll basically have it. But the first 2 is always keep the gun pointed in a safe direction. You never want to muzzle something that you're not willing to destroy. Second, always keep your finger off the trigger until ready to shoot. Off the trigger until you're ready to shoot. Okay. Now, what safeties do, the Springfield, they have so many safeties on. They may have a grip safety here, a trigger safety here. They'll have a loaded chamber indicator and also a firing pin indicator here saying everything is ready to cock, lock, and ready to go. The more bells and whistles that you have on a gun for a first-time gun buyer, the more difficult it is going to be for you. Okay, let me go over some of the safety features of these guns. I don't have all of them, especially when it comes to the Glock safe passive action, or what do they call it? I can't remember. Safe action. Safe action Glock pull. I don't have that, okay? But basically, if you look at it, you're going to have a little indicator here that you're going to have to be pressing it down with a finger to make the gun go, okay? The first, we'll go to the extreme, okay? This is my Beretta 8075 Cougar, chambered in 45 ACP, and again, this is a Beretta, it's not a Stoeger product, okay? Now, this one is a little bit different because this will have a decocker, and what a decocker is once you have, let's do it this way, once we have racked the gun, okay, you'll be able to decock it and the hammer will come down, and then you can have a double action pull. All right, then what you do is it's in safety mode right here. Usually red means fire, and then in safety. So what you'll have to do is that when you want to use the gun, you'll pull it out of your holster, you'll flip it up, and then you'll be in double action mode. Double action mode is that you'll have to have the full movement of the trigger for it to fire, okay? I do not recommend this for the first-time gun buyer because it is very confusing for a lot of people. Now, Beretta does make a G variant. A G variant does have a decocker, see, but the cocker will come back up and ready to be fired. So your safety, let me get that out of the way, your safety is going to be the double action pull, okay? The next one is my CZ2075. it is chambered in 40 Smith & Wesson. And this is going to have a little manual, cocked and locked kind of thing. You're going to be able to run it in 1911 style. Okay, this particular gun, if it is cocked, it will be firing in single action mode. Okay, so now that you have the thing back, you can have the safety on for a higher level of security, and then what you'll have to do is you'll have to take the manual, it off, the safety off, and then fire. All right. The next one is going to be double action. Now this is my revolver. This is the only true double action that I have. Okay. Again, this one is going to be a double action where the safety feature is the double action. All right. It is going to be the double action. All right. It's going to be a heavier pull, more pounds to pull it, and that's where the safety goes on. But you can have these safety features. You can be like the Springfield and have too many safety features. The safety feature isn't the greatest safety feature. The main safety feature that you're going to be using is yourself by not pointing at what you don't want to shoot and keeping your finger off the trigger, that kind of thing. All right. Now, I'm going to go behind. We have discussed some of the safety features on a handgun. All right. Now, the main reason is going to be you. Now, are you going to be able to go to training schools to do this? If you have a feature, every training school that I've ever been to, if you have a safety on a gun, they are going to make you use it because they said, you bought it. We're going to make you use it because you bought it. And, you know, that's a very good idea. When you are in a firefight, again, when things start to hit in the fan, and if you realize that you don't, it took, well, put it this way, 17 seconds on average for some people to realize that their safety is on and their gun isn't firing. There is no helpless feeling than going like this and hearing nothing. It's the loudest nothing you're going to ever hear in your life. Now, you're going to say, well, why do you have safety on your guns? Well, I've been shooting the Berettas like this style for 20 some odd years. I'm very used to it. I love the platform. What I have done is I have dumbed everything down. Okay. Obviously, with my Beretta, this is a home defense gun, is that it is going to be loaded and locked, and the safety feature is going to be the double action pull. Okay. My revolver, this is a concealed carry weapon that I use. The safety feature is keeping the gun pointed in a safe direction and always keeping your finger off the trigger until ready to shoot. And it's going to be the double action pull. Okay. This CZ2075, you can run it in cocked and locked 1911 style. I don't do that. What I'll do is that I'll chamber around, bring the hammer down slowly, and then you can see with the CZ model that you're in a half cock position. Normally, it'll be all the way down, resting on the firing pin, but what you can do is bring it down to the half cock position, and then you are going to have the full movement of a double action. Okay. This one right here, my 8045 Cougar Beretta. Guess what I'm going to be doing with it? You are going to be chambering around, doing the decocker, flipping it back into the firing position. So then you'll have the full double action movement. Now, some decockers are scary. Like the CZ, they do have a BD variant, which has a decocker only, doesn't have a safety, where you decock it down and it will bring it down. It's not totally safe because some mechanical issue can happen. The Beretta is something a little bit different. I don't know if you can see in there. Yeah, you can. Is it going to focus? See how the firing pin moves out of the way in the Beretta? So the hammer has no chance of hitting the firing pin. Okay, so this is something that you guys are going to have to figure out for yourself. Being a first-time gun buyer, you know, Glocks makes a lot of sense. You don't have to worry about a bunch of safeties, and I call them full safety features because, you know, the chamber indicator and the firing pin indicator are bells and whistles that you don't need to do. Yes, you can. Some of them you can feel a little bump on it. My thing is, well, yeah, I had one guy says, well, when you're in a dark environment, you can figure out if your gun is chambered and loaded. Well, my thing is, first of all, why are you in a dark environment where you can't see what you're shooting? And second of all, why are you in a shooting scenario and your gun is unloaded? All right. These are just general purposes on broad strokes on why I personally feel that safeties for new gun purchasers or new gun owners should be considered not to have. Your training is going to be dictating whether it's a safe gun or not. And if you do get guns with safety, I showed you exactly what I do. I run everything in double action. See, the other thing that you want to do is that when you're training, like this could be a 1911 style. This is a DASA, dual action, single action, okay? DASA, dual action, single action, double action. How can I run all these 4 guns where training is going to be nice and simple? Simple. Double action mode. This is double action only. They'll say DAO, double action only. Double action, double action. Make training simple for yourself. That is in broad strokes why there is the discussion between having a safety and not having a safety. My name is Kane. This is Castle Tutelage, your home defense network. I hope it helped.